this week, and the Championship, as Nottingham Forest will take on Bournemouth on Friday night. Who's going to come out on top on that and the others? We'll take a little look next. In our prediction video today, we look forward to match number 33 in the Championship, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button to keep bang up to all things Rovers related, Championship related, world football related. We got to know here, boys. And one Rooski. That's right, of course. Second place, Bournemouth, not Bournemouth, but Bournemouth will take it, of course, not Forest, who of course trying to get themselves in the playoffs this weekend. Can they do it? Of course, a win will do it for at least 24 hours anyway. And of course, put a dent, of course, to automatic promotion hopes of Bournemouth. We'll take a look at that and more in just a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs there, the Patreons, guys. Thank you for loving, of course, behind the scenes. But until then, let's jump into the deep end, of course, and recap last weekend's matches and, of course, the bonus ones in midweek. So here we go. Of course, Birmingham City picked up a 3-0 win over Luton last weekend. Called it, lads, sort of. 1-0 win for Birmingham in the end. Blackpool picked up a 2-1 loss against Bournemouth, lastminute.com as well for Bournemouth, and a monster win for them to remain in second spot. Barnsley picked up a shock result there. 1-0 win over QPR. Not the greatest week for them this week, was it? Middlesbrough picked up a 4-1 win over Derby. Called it, lads. Went with the 3-1 win myself. Millwall picked up a 2-1 win over Cardiff. I went with the draw. Reading did lose to Coventry 3-2 in the end. I went with the 1-0 win. Huddersfield also picked up a draw against Sheffield United. Called it, lads. I went with a 2-2 draw, but it was a 0-0 in the end. Hull City did lose at home to Fulham. I went with a 3-1 win myself. For Fulham, Forest against Stoke was a draw, 2-2 in the end. 2-1 was my pick. Peterborough did lose at home to Preston. Swansea picked up a 3-1 win over Bristol City. West Brom against Rovers ended up as a 0-0 draw. I went with a 1-0 win. Of course, I'm stupid, aren't I? Meanwhile, Cardiff 2-0 winners over Coventry. Called it, lads. Sheffield United picked up a draw against Hull City, 0-0 in the end. Millwall picked up a 2-0 win over QPR. There you go. I went with a draw myself. And Peterborough against Reading also ended up 0-0 in the end. What the heck's going on with my mouse? Let's take a look at the table. The table looks like this. As you can see, Fulham lead the charge, 64 points on the board, 6 points clear of Bournemouth. Meanwhile, Blackburn Rovers, of course, and third spot, of course, within touching distance of second. If we can get a win, and hopefully Bournemouth get a lose. QPR, of course, still in fourth. Huddersfield are in fifth, and Middlesbrough are sixth. Rovers could end up being fifth at the end of the match day. Of course, we'll see about that as well. Down the foot, of course, Barnsley going down. Derby and Peterborough are in shit trouble there. Reading also not out of the woods at the moment, and games in hand for the other teams. Let's take a look, of course, the leaderboard for this week. Take a bow. Take a bloody bow for a few of you. Hans Worst, James Pacific, Greg Daddy Cool, Ultra Obermir, and Russell Frost. Well done to you guys. All getting 9 there. Wow, indeed. And of course, big shout out to my patrons as well. Take a look, of course, the leaderboard for the mini break. Second half of the season, Shannon Donald kicking ass. 50 points on the board. Deep at the great Hans Worst in the power 3 right there. Well done to all you guys, and a big shout out to my patrons as well. Take a look, of course, the link there for the next round of matches, Cutley/Championship. But of course, these are the games that we're all on about. Of course, all coming at you this weekend, starting off tomorrow. I think Bournemouth up against Forest. So let's jump to the deep end, of course, and look forward to this one. Let's jump to the deep end with Bournemouth up against Forest. All eyes on this at the Vitality. Now, these two sides that have played each other 14 times. 2005, 5 wins for Bournemouth, 4 wins for Nottingham Forest, and 5 draws. Bournemouth winning 3 of the last 4, 50% form up against the Forest side, who have lost just 1 to the past 6, 75% form as well. Last round over at Bournemouth was a 2-0 win for Bournemouth. That was back in November 2020. Was in the Championship, of course. Bournemouth coming out on top. The reverse fixture at the City Ground back in August was a 2-1 win for Bournemouth as well. Forest's last win was a 2-0 win over actually, it was 2-1 win over Bournemouth way back in, of course, February 2015, around about this time a few years ago. Meanwhile, Bournemouth pick up a 2-1 win over Blackpool. Of course, Forest pick up a 2-2 draw against Stoke. The odds on this one's 2017 on is your Bournemouth, 7-2 is your away win. That's Forest, and 12-5 is your Forest. Are decent there, of course, but they won't have Sambo, who got himself sent off last round. So I think this will be a Bournemouth win, 2-0 win for them, and of course extend the lead at the top of the table. Kicking off order to be Blackburn Rovers. So I will have a preview and we'll have a watch along of this game, taking on, of course, Millwall this weekend. It's not a gimme by any means. Played each other 15 times, 2012. 7 wins for Rovers, 3 wins for Millwall, and 5 draws. Just 1 win and 6 for Rovers right now. 33% form up against the Millwall side, who are in form. Back-to-back wins for them as well. 58% form for them at the moment. Of course, kicking on forward last time out at Ewood Park was a 2-1 win for Rovers. In fact, Rovers just lost once against Millwall the last 6 occasions. That was, of course, way back in July 2020 in Millwall. Meanwhile, Rovers coming to us on the back of a 0-0 draw against West Brom. Of course, it's been back-to-back. It's been 1, 2, 3, 4. We just scored 1 goal in 6 at the moment. Rovers, as for Millwall, 2-0 win over QPR last time around. The odds, though, for this one on this, Rovers 2019 on the victory, 60-5 is your Millwall, and 23-10 is your draw. Quite tight. Going to go 2-1 win for Rovers here, but just getting over the line. And, of course, no Diaz for us this weekend. Kicking off will be Bristol City up against Coventry City. That'll be on scrap that. Bristol City up against Middlesbrough. That's, of course, jumping ahead there. This will be, of course, on Saturday over at Thrashton Gate. Now, these two sides have played each other 26 times since 1993. 11 wins for Bristol City, 10 wins for Borough, and 5 draws, of course. Bristol City just 1 win and 5 for them, 42% form up against Middlesbrough side who've just lost once in the past 6, 75% form at the moment. Of course, last time around over at the Thrashton Gate was a 1-0 for Borough. That was back in October 2020. The reverse fixture at the Riverside was back in August. It was a 2-1 win for Middlesbrough as well. Middlesbrough picked up a 4-1 win over Derby. Of course, Bristol City did lose to Swansea City last time around. The odds, though, 14-5 is Bristol City, 11-10 is your Middlesbrough, and 9-4 is your draw. Quite tight this one. Going to go with a draw myself. Bristol City will be happy with the point. Middlesbrough will be a bit pissed off that they dropped a couple here on the weekend. Kicking off will be Cardiff up against Blackpool, of course, over in Wales. Now, these two sides have played each other 15 times in 2003. 8 wins for Cardiff, 3 for Blackpool, and 4 draws. Of course, Cardiff just 2 defeats in the past 6 games, 67% form for them right now. Up against the Blackpool side, also losing twice in the past 6 games, 50% form for them. They've won 2, lost 2, drawn 2 of the last 6. Meanwhile, last time around over in Wales, it was a 3-2 win for Cardiff. That was back in April 2015 in the Championship. The reverse fixture down at Bluefield Road, of course, was a 2-0 win for Cardiff as well. Cardiff have won back-to-back against Blackpool, looking for a 3-peat. Can they do it? We'll see about that. Cardiff pick up a 2-0 win over Coventry last time around. Of course, Blackpool did lose to Bournemouth. The odds, though, for this one, 6-5 is your Cardiff, 13-5 is your Blackpool, and 11-5 is your draw. I think that Cardiff have turned a massive page here, of course, with their new regime. 2-0 win for them to take to the house. Kicking off, will be Coventry up against Barnsley, and that's right, I have the Rico. Of course, now these two sides have played each other 27 times since 1997. 15 wins for Coventry, 7 wins for Barnsley, and 5 draws. Just 1 win in 5, though, for Coventry right now. 42% form up against the Barnsley side. 1 win in 6, 17% form for them. At the moment, of course, last time out at Coventry was a 2-0 win for Coventry. That was back in April 2021. That was in the Championship. The reverse fixture, of course, over in Oakwell was a 1-1 win for Barnsley. The last time the away side won this game was all the way back in 2014 in the FA Cup third round, where Coventry beat Barnsley at Oakwell in the FA Cup. Meanwhile, last time these two sides beat each other on the road in the league was when Coventry beat Barnsley 2-0 way back in 2009. Goodness gracious me. Meanwhile, Coventry coming in on the back of a 2-0 loss against Cardiff. Of course, Barnsley pick up a 1-0 over QPR last time around. The odds, though, for this one, Coventry 20-13 on is you're the favourites on this one. 11-4 is your draw, and 90-4 is your away with. That's Barnsley. Going to go with a 0-0 draw on this one as well. Barnsley, of course, will take some momentum from the win last weekend, and of course take a point this weekend. Kicking forward, another relegation 6-pointer is Derby. It is Peterborough, of course. Can either of these two sides get the 3 points? Of course, will boost their relegation chances. Played each other 9 times since 1993. 4 wins to Derby, 3 wins to Peterborough, and 2 draws. Just 1 win to 5 for Derby right now. 42% form up against the Peterborough side. Just 1 win to 6 for them. 33% form as well. Last round over in Pride Park was a 3-1 win for Derby. That's back in April 2013. The reverse fixture, of course, at Peterborough was a 2-1 win for Peterborough back in August this season. The away side last time, the away side won this game was when Derby beat Peterborough in Peterborough back in January 2010. Meanwhile, Derby pick up a 4-1 loss against Middlesbrough. Meanwhile, Peterborough pick up a 0-0 draw against Reading. It's been back-to-back. In fact, 3 games without scoring a goal. And actually been 4 league games without scoring a goal. Kicking off forward, though, Derby 2019 on for the victory, 5-2 is draw, and 3-1 is your away win. That's Peterborough. 2-1 win for me for Derby on this one, and a take to the house. Kicking off forward will be Fulham up against another playoff chasing side, Huddersfield Town, of course, in the playoffs at the moment. Played each other 15 times since 1999. 11 wins for Fulham, 1 win for Huddersfield, and 3 draws. Just 1 defeat the past 6 games for Fulham right now, 75% form up against the Huddersfield side, who haven't lost in a long time. I don't even know. At least 6 unbeaten, and they've won 3, drawn 3 the last 6, 75% form at the moment. Of course, last time out at Craven Cottage was a 3-2 win for Fulham. That's back in February 2020 in the Championship. The reverse fixture, of course, over at Huddersfield at the John Smith's McAlpine Kirklees Stadium was a 5-1 win for Fulham way back in, of course, August. Fulham pick up a 1-0 win over Hull, back-to-back clean sheets as well for them as well. Meanwhile, Huddersfield coming to us on back-to-back clean sheets. In fact, back-to-back goalless affairs as well. So 2 draws on the spin for Huddersfield. Kicking on forward, though, the odds, though, for this one, Fulham are 5-2 for the victory, 50-4 is your draw, and 7-1 is your long shot. That's Huddersfield. 3-0 win here for Fulham on this one, clean sheet for them, and another goalless display for Huddersfield. Kicking off forward, it'll be Luton Town up against West Brom over at Kenilworth Road. Difficult game, this one, to judge. Of course, can Luton Town get back to winning ways? Play each other, according to my eyes, 12 times since 1994. 7 wins for West Brom, 2 for Luton, and 3 draws as well. Just 1 defeat at the past 6 games for Luton right now, 75% form up against the West Brom side, who've just won once at the past 6 for them, 25% form as well. Last round, of course, over at the Kenilworth Road was 2-1 win for West Brom. That was back in August 2019. West Brom have won 5 of the past 6 games against Luton Town. 4 of them have been at home, though. Meanwhile, kicking it forward, Luton Town pick up a 3-0 loss against Birmingham. Of course, West Brom pick up a 0-0 draw against Blackburn Rovers. In fact, they've gone 1, 2, 3, 4 games without scoring a goal. Goodness gracious me. Kicking off forward, forward though, the odds for this one then, shall we? We have Luton Town 21-10 for the victory, 21-10 is your draw, 29-20 is your West Brom on this. Going to go with a 2-1 win for Luton Town on this one, another dent in Stevie Bruce's coffers on this one. Kicking it forward will be Preston up against relegation threatened or doomsday device, that is Reading. Of course, played each other 29 times since 2002 over at Deepdale, played each other 10 times, 10 wins for Preston, 15 wins for Reading and 4 draws. Of course, Preston unbeaten in the last 6 games, picking up 3 wins and 3 draws. Of course, 75% form for them right now. Meanwhile, Reading haven't won in the last, goodness gracious me, 6 games at the very least. 8% form for them right now as well. Last round, of course, over at the Dale, Deepdale was a 0-0 draw. That was back in January 2021. The reverse fixture, of course, in the Matchday back in August was a 2-1 win for Reading. Preston pick up a win over Peterborough, of course, coming to us on the back of 4 clean sheets in a row. Meanwhile, Peterborough coming to us on the back of a 0-0 draw against Reading. The odds, though, for this one at Deepdale was 11-8 on is your Preston, 11-13-5 is your draw, and 4-1 is your Reading on this one. Preston will win this one, 1-0 win, and another clean sheet to boot. Kicking off will be QPR against Hull City, of course. QPR trying to keep themselves in the top 6 at least, of course. Played each other 19 times 2005, 5 wins for QPR, 7 wins for Hull, and 7 draws. Just 1 win in 6 though for QPR right now, 33% form. Meanwhile, Hull City coming to us 4 games without a win themselves, 42% form as well. Last round, over at Loftus Road, was a 2-1 win for Hull. That was back in December 2019. The reverse fixture, of course, over at KCOM at the start of the season was a 3-0 win for QPR on the road. Of course, QPR pick up a 2-0 loss against Millwall. Of course, Hull pick up a 0-0 draw against Sheffield United, and then come into us on back-to-back goalless affairs as well, scoring just 1 goal at the last 4. How? Kicking off forward though on the odds for this one. QPR coming at you 65-1 for 37-2 is your win, that's Hull, and 5-2 is your draw on this one. Kicking off forward, we have Sheffield United up against Swansea. That's right, down in the Bramall Lane. Now they played each other 10 times since 2007. 3 wins to Sheffield United, 5 wins to Swansea, and 2 draws. Sheffield United unbeaten in the last 6 games, picking up 4 wins and 2 draws, 83% form because the Swansea side have won twice in the past 6, 42% form as well. Last round over at Sheffield United, of course, was a 2-1 win for Swansea back in August 2018. That was in the Championship. Meanwhile, Sheffield United pick up a 0-0 draw against Hull, back-to-back clean sheets for them. In fact, 3 clean sheets on the spin. Swansea pick up a 3-1 win over Bristol City last time around on this one. Just get a quick look at the odds on this, and I'll be right with you. Of course, the odds for this one, we have 10-7 on Sheffield United. Of course, 19-4 is your Swansea, and 13-5 is your draw. 1-0 win for Sheffield United on this one to take it to the house. And finally, we have Stoke City taking on Birmingham City at the Bet365. Played each other 23 times since 1993. 6 wins to Stoke, 12 wins to Birmingham, and 5 draws, of course. Stoke unbeaten the last 4 games, 50% form up against the Birmingham side, just 1 win in 5 for them, 50% form as well. Last round, of course, over at the Bet365 was a 1-1 draw. That was back in October 2020. The reverse fixture, of course, at St Andrews was a 0-0 draw back in August. Birmingham pick up a 3-0 win over Luton last round. Of course, Stoke pick up a 2-2 draw against Forest. Got basic odds on this one. The basic odds go in favour of Stoke. They are red hot favourites for the W on this one. I'm going to give it to them as well. 2-1 win for them to take it to the house. Goodness gracious me, that completes the lot for this week. Of course, it's a double match week. We'll be back, of course, around about Sunday, Monday for the next round of matches. But of course, be sure to get your own picks in for this one. Cut your EFL Championship, and of course, hopefully I'll see you next time around and get your name in likes. And of course, be sure to give the video some love in. Of course, it does wonders for the old YouTube algorithm. Of course, smash your subscribe if you're new. Hit the little bell so you don't miss a beat. And of course, remember, this Saturday, watch along. Rovers, Millwall will be there covering it. Of course, match preview coming at you as well tomorrow. But until then, guys, I'll see you soon. For now, we're done for here.